A sincere introduction by Professor Hu Jinyu from the School of Physical Sciences of Nankai University has recently attracted attention in academic circles and quickly became a hot search. The personal introduction on the homepage of his academy's official website seems to have the power of its own to reveal hard facts. From time to time, he added parentheses to add humor, causing netizens to shout, "I want to take his class." Jupai News, on September 17th, the teacher himself wrote the personal introduction on the official website and the school did not interfere. The tutor's style has a subtle influence on the students. In his biography, Professor Hu wrote that he has been a reviewer for many magazines. He said that some stranger inside dragged him into these reviews which should have been left as it is, because consciousness can only see a part of what the truth is. He added that he currently holds the position of director of the China Association of Nuclear Physics and said this position was thanks to the support of his seniors. In his educational experience, he graduated with an undergraduate degree in 2006 and began to study for a postgraduate degree in 2007, so he added, "Don't ask what happened in the middle of the year." Netizens then asked, could it be that Professor Hu's postgraduate entrance exam was going ashore in World War II? Psychophysical processes occur naturally in the human body as well as in all things. Humorously mixing physics and psychology, he states that the application of machine learning in the structure of the atomic nucleus can be explained as the current hot matter mess is actually for survival. That is just one of the professor's pithy statements explaining cutting-edge science. This mass of matter, according to Buddhism, is ultimately just earth, water, wind, fire, space, and the knowing nature, which is also consistent with physical principles from antiquity to the present. In addition, he also adds a cute smile expression. Introducing his own teaching courses, he humorously explained that one of his courses is often suspended due to the lack of participants. In terms of honorary titles, Professor Hu has also considered very carefully, including 2006 Time Magazine Person of the Year, 2008 winner of the Special Award for Touching China, and the winner of the 2020 Olympic Cup. He also reminded readers that you could search for yourself on Google if you don't believe it. A person wrote on Weibo, "He is such an honest and modest scholar." With Professor Hu's resume on the hot search, netizens discovered another interesting professor from the School of Physics of Nankai University, Professor Chen Jing. Professor Chen seems more straightforward in terms of the honorary title. When introducing himself, Professor Chen wrote that professors are most proud of being able to travel abroad before the age of 30, finish reading, and get some diplomas along the way. His postscript reads, "Several degrees" means 2 bachelors, 2 masters, and 1 doctorate. For the honors and awards section, he inserted a pic from a television drama series with the heading, "These are all bubble reputations as well as floating clouds." Many netizens sighed, this makes them even more awesome.
有关历史事实、法理基础和国际现实充分证明，台湾是中国一部分，大陆和台湾同属一个中国的事实，从未改变，也不可能改变。民进党当局出于态度本性和政治私利，散布炒作所谓两岸互不隶属、台湾地位未定等谬论，否定和挑战一个中国原则，是歪曲事实、混淆视听。台湾是中国内政，不容任何外来干涉。近年来，美方却不断虚化掏空一个中国原则，公然违背其在中美3个联合公报中就一个中国原则作出的承诺，开历史倒车。我们坚决反对，并敦促美方切实恪守一个中国原则和中美3个联合公报规定，慎重妥善处理台湾问题。
According to The Guardian, the United Kingdom is reaching out to Taiwanese for Mandarin-related lessons on its soil. A bipartisan group of members of parliament, MPs, is contacting Taiwan for Mandarin-speaking teachers to participate in the country's education. It is part of a plan to uproot the controversial Confucius Institutes funded and run by the Chinese government. The U.S. has also been rushing to phase out the programs, with the Washington Examiner reporting about 100 or so closed in 2021. British MP Alicia Kearns urged the Taiwanese government to become more proactive in offering another option for British people who want to learn Mandarin. She thinks it would also benefit the relationship and provide more exchange opportunities between both countries. As a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, Kearns expressed her concern over the academic freedom of Confucius Institutes and the fact that they do not provide correct historical education. She said, that needs to end. In 2020, the then U.S. Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, called the Confucius Institutes a Chinese government foreign mission and referred to them as an entity advancing Beijing's global propaganda and malign influence campaign on U.S. campuses and K-12 classrooms. The search for Taiwanese teachers came amid a growing sensation of Britain finally waking up to China's influence operations, as described by author and former foreign correspondent Ian Williams. The Prime Minister of the UK, Liz Truss, was Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Childcare and Education in 2014. She touted the Confucius classrooms as a strong infrastructure for Mandarin in the UK, but she has recently become less fond of the Chinese government. The Guardian notes that the current UK Prime Minister is ready to designate China as an acute threat to Britain's national security. According to research released in June by the China Research Group, university-based Confucius Institutes get almost all of the British government's funding for Chinese language lessons in schools. The government's spending for 2015 to 2024 will be at least £27 million, nearly $31 million. The Confucius Institute now has 30 branches open throughout the UK. The MPs are planning to redirect the funds to other ones, including those from Taiwan.
Welcome to New York from Matt and myself and the entire Concordia team. This is our 2022 Concordia Annual Summit.
致力于跨国跨部门合作以解决全球挑战的纽约非营利组织 Concordia 举行年度高峰会。总统蔡英文受邀以影片方式发表演说。
I must say that this summit could not have convened at a more consequential time. At this moment, democracies and the rules-based world order are facing the greatest challenges since the Cold War.
蔡英文表示，现阶段各国不仅要解决疫情带来的经济冲击，还必须对抗破坏民主制度、侵害人权及公民空间的威权政权，如俄罗斯入侵乌克兰及台湾面对中共威胁，都证明威权政权是不惜一切代价进行集权扩张。但台湾没有回避来自威权的挑战，反而迎头对抗试图破坏民主的势力。
Now, we're eager to share our experiences with you all. Even though Taiwan is not a member of the United Nations, we have been consistently helping the world on resolving many crises. With the inclusion of Taiwan in the UN system, I am confident that we can work even more closely to face future challenges and safeguard the rules-based international order.
蔡英文感性喊话，并提醒国际社会，中共企图消灭的不只是台湾民主，国际应该加强伙伴关系，保卫彼此，齐心协力，才能成功抵御威权扩张。此外，大纽约区台湾人社团联合会和大纽约区台湾同乡会也睽违2年，在曼哈顿举行台湾加入联合国请愿大游行。盼让台湾加入联合国的诉求被国际重视。新唐人亚太电视曾义豪、黄燕玲，台湾台北报道。
It is unbelievable how much funding we are doing of a communist country.
美国国会众议员戈莫特周二在国会山举行的一个论坛上，警告中共带来的威胁，呼吁美国与中共脱钩。
而同时，路易·戈默议员还谈到，共产主义的最大问题所在就是无神论。
The problem with communism is atheism. Government must be God, and so people aren't free to seek and look for truth.
在论坛上发言的还有 NBA 球星坎特，他分享了当他公开谴责中共侵犯人权时所受到的压力。
In game, one of my teammates walked up to me in a locker room and said, "You know, this is your last year in NBA, right? Like, you talk about the Chinese government, you're calling out some of the players who are bowing down to these dictatorships. Your career is over."
坎特告诉新唐人记者，中共通过渗透华尔街、NBA、好莱坞，甚至政府机构来侵蚀美国的自由。
No one can invade USA from the outside.But they're trying to invade USA from the inside.
坎特还表示，美国应该对中共更加强硬，尤其是在保护台湾的问题上。
而同时，在周一，中共外交部长王毅呼吁两国要加强合作，而非对抗。
Could be one of our greatest allies in the world. Could be our greatest ally, but never as long as the Chinese government is in charge.
新唐电视台记者陶明，美国华府报道。
Recently, a company in southeastern China has been accused of installing surveillance cameras in toilet cubicles. This ruse is to catch workers breaking the company's no-smoking policy. According to the South China Morning Post, after receiving severe backlash, the subsidiary of state-owned battery manufacturer China Aviation Lithium Battery in Xiamen, Fujian Province, denied the claims and stated it had called the police. 3 images of 3 different men show that men are allegedly hiding in toilet cubicles to smoke and use their mobile phones. The news outlet cited an internal file circulating on mainland China's social media last week. It reported that the company used the images to warn off other staff about violating company policies. A staff member told Red Star News that the surveillance cameras were set up early this year to detect anyone violating the company's indoor smoking policy. According to China Business Daily, lawyer Fu Jian of Henan Yulong law firm said that no matter the reasons, the company's installing cameras in toilets has seriously infringed on employees' privacy rights. In July, a technology company in Shenzhen was also accused of invading personal privacy. Some netizens even asked if this was in prison. The picture posted on Chinese social media allegedly took place in a company's office in Shenzhen. The company has installed one-to-one surveillance cameras on top of each workstation in its office. Recently, some Chinese netizens seemed to be warier about the technological intrusion. According to a CNN news report in 2020, some cities across China once installed surveillance cameras outside people's homes under quarantine. But notably, there were no official announcements about it. Citing a UK-based technology research firm Comparatech report, CNN reported that China has 8 of the world's 10 most surveilled cities based on camera numbers per 1,000 people.